Sure appreciate your help. I'm going to see if I can't get the company to refund your fare.
Forget it. I guess I better go warn Miss St. John. We're going to be leaving pretty soon, ain't we?
Yep.
Be careful with that filing. I couldn't find the poster on that Reno holdup man this morning.
Right here under C.
Why under C?
He was caught.
What about the file on those released prisoners?
Under L.
L?
Let out.
Johnny, the stagecoach has just come in without Clem or his passengers.
Come on. Charlie, get your horse.
It looks bad, Johnny. Clem ain't want to let a team get away.
He sure isn't.
He may have just stepped down to fix an axle or something. Maybe...
Case, don't push your hopes too high. Those are bullet holes in that door. There's no wind. Coach tracks are still readable.
Horses couldn't have run too far at that pace. We should be finding something soon.
Yeah. Looks like she passed out from the heat. Get me your canteen.
Johnny?
Take a look. I'll stay here with the girl. You're all right now, miss.
Yes, I'm all right.
You were on the stagecoach? Were there any other passengers?
One and the driver. They're both dead.
You better take it easy.
I'm all right. It's just the heat.
This Arizona sun is more brutal than you think.
Everything about Arizona is more brutal.
Those two men, Miss St. John. Would you know them if you saw them again?
I think so. They were very close to me. One was dark and muscular with a very rugged face.
And the other?
I didn't get as good a look at him, but I think he was taller and older.
Cully? I hope this experience won't change your opinion of the Arizona Territory, Miss St. John.
Certainly not, Mr. Ringo. It merely confirms it. I've always known the frontier was the last refuge of the country's thieves, malcontents, and killers.
We don't happen to think so.
The dregs of creation, Mr. Ringo. Too weak to exist in a modern civilization.
Miss St. John, you happen to be a guest in Laura's home. And if this is the way your so-called modern civilization teaches you to accept hospitality, I don't want any part of it.
Excuse me. Johnny, calm down. She didn't mean any of those things she said.
Well, I did.
She's been through a lot. She's had a terrible shock. She's tired.
So am I. I'm tired of all these people coming out from the East with a lot of preconceived notions on what they'll find. I'm tired of people treating us like a pack of savages. I'm tired...
Johnny.
Oh, I'm sorry, Laura. I shouldn't be taking it out on you. If you can put up with her, I guess I can.
Oh, hello, Deputy. What can I do for you? We're looking for 2 men who held up the stage this morning. We've got a witness, a woman passenger, and she describes one of the men as dark and stocky, and the other one tall and a little older.
Can't say that I've seen anybody like that.
Well, if you see any strangers around, would you let me know?
Deputy, I've only been in Velarde 2 months. Everybody's a stranger to me, but I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks.
You finished with the bridal?
Take a couple more minutes, maybe. Heard about the stage holdup?
Yeah, terrible thing.
I figure I know who done it. Why tell us? Just thought it might be worth a little something to somebody for me to keep my mouth shut.
Someone could shut it for the price of a bullet.
Not worth it. Noise would bring a crowd. And I come cheap.
How cheap?
$50, and I throw in some information.
What's the information?
Seems there was a witness left alive, a woman passenger. She got a good look at the killers. Says she can identify them.
$25.
I said...
I heard.
You want to earn the rest?
How?
Find out where the woman is. We'll wait here.
Why don't we just get out of here?
No good running. Ringo would catch up with us in time. We got to get rid of that girl.
Well, I don't like hanging around Velarde with Ringo on the prowl. I don't much cotton to killing women.
She's not a woman. She's a witness. Anyway, they'll be looking for 2 men traveling together. So it's best if we split. You go now. Wait for me at Nieva Pachuca.
It's too close.
Doesn't matter. Even Ringo wouldn't dare walk into Pachuca wearing a badge. I'll catch up with you when the girl's taken care of.
Johnny, we've been nurturing a viper.
What has she said now?
It ain't what she said. It's what she's written. She's doing a book on the American frontier. Will you listen to this? Today, I had my welcome to the West. Not quite a 21-gun salute, but 6 guns at close range can be just as effective. The town of Velarde rolled out a red carpet for me. A carpet of blood.
Well, that's just what we need. A nice, first-hand, unbiased account. Telling the world that nobody comes west except drifters and thieves. And you know what that means. More drifters and thieves. Where is she?
She's gone to the store with Laura to pick up some dresses. Do you know that woman's a...
She sure is. Where is she?
Now, Johnny, calm down. She's really very nice.
Did you know she's writing a book?
She told me. I don't judge her too fast. After all, she promised to see everything before she...
I bet she will.
No, not really. In fact, right now, she's out riding in the...
She what?
Well, she just borrowed the buckboard. I told
She
her
can't go out there alone. When those killers find out there's a witness, they'll... Did she say where?
Well, she took the West Trail.
Might have guessed.
What does that mean?
Instead of visiting some of the ranches and farms to get a look at the real West Snow, you'd naturally pick this. No better place to find skeletons than Boot Hill.
Here lies the West, Mr. Ringo.
Don't they have cemeteries in Philadelphia, Miss St. John?
With one difference. Here the dates on the headstones tell the story. Look at them. All dead before their time. Patty Duncan, age 2. Richard Shaw, 22. Rugged pioneers. Cut down by violence, disease, hunger, and just plain disenchantment.
There are survivors, you know.
Who? The fastest gun?
The gunmen are a dying breed, Miss St. John, and one of these days we'll... Oh, well, what's the use? You'll go right on writing your miserable little fairy tales about a country you never took the trouble to know.
Whatever you may think of my literary abilities, Mr. Ringo has... Aren't you going after him?
Oh, he's got too much of a head start. Besides, he'll be back.
Is he that anxious to kill you?
He's that anxious to kill you, Miss St. John.
Me? What are you talking about?
2 men committed murder. No one but you knows who they are.
Yes, but I don't believe that they...
You said so yourself. A carpet of blood?
How dare you read my private papers?
Are they private? I thought you'd written for publication, for the whole world to read.
Those were just notes. It was unfair of you to...
Is your book going to be fair? Why don't you write about something you know? Go back to your family in Philadelphia.
My family is right here, Mr. Ringo. Her name wasn't St. John then. It was Jordan. My mother was Letty Jordan. She died of lung fever at 23. Snuggled right next to her is my father, who died in a noble cause, in a quarrel over a pail of water. There's an example of frontier gallantry, Mr. Ringo. My brother, Tim, strapped on a gun and went out after the man who killed our father. He was 15. That's when I went back east to live with my aunt. So don't tell me about the West, Mr. Ringo. I know this part of the country as well as you. Better. Part of me is already buried here. Thank you, Charlie.
Take care of the book for us.
Right, Johnny.
I want to see you when you get back.
Mr. Ringo,
What is it now, Miss St. John?
I'd like to talk to you. Mr. Ringo, I thought I'd do a chapter on Johnny Ringo.
That's like asking a man to assist at his own hanging.
I thought you were interested in seeing that I got the facts straight.
It's a waste of time. You made up your mind 10 years ago.
Mr. Ringo, have you ever been to Nueva Pachuca?
Not recently.
I think I'd like to see it. I hear it's one of the few remaining wide-open towns in this area.
More honest research, Miss St. John? You know what you'll find When you open a garbage can, you're bound to find garbage. And I couldn't let you go alone.
I know that. That's why I'm asking you to take me.
You've seen all the West you're going to see.
What do you mean?
There's a stage leaving in the morning, and you're going to be on it.
Oh, really, Mr. Ringo? Is that the best you can do? You don't want me to look too closely, so you just order me out of town?
That's right.
On what charge? Or am I just an undesirable?
That's exactly what you are.
Just because I want to write a book.
I don't care about your book, but if you remain in town, you're bound to get killed, and I can't watch it day and night.
Is that the real reason, Mr. Ringo? Are you afraid I'll blacken the character of your beloved, filthy desert?
Gully, keep an eye on her.
Yeah. Miss St. John.
Hello, Cully.
I hear you're interested in doing a book.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to get Mr. Ringo to tell me about some of his experiences.
You're wasting your time with Johnny. He was never one for grandstanding. But now, take me, for instance. I've had a very, very colorful life.
You couldn't have been a deputy very long, Cully. You're too young.
Well, I was a carny. I've been kicking sawdust since I was this high. Why, the first job I had, they put chin whiskers on me and passed me off for one of the little people.
Little people?
Me midgets.
Oh. Well, that's very interesting, Cully, but it isn't exactly what I... As a matter of fact, I'd love to hear about it. Do you think we might have dinner together tonight?
Sure.
But why did you lend her the horse?
I'm sorry. I wouldn't have, but as long as Cully was with her...
No, Laura, it's my fault. I should have warned him.
What's worrying you, Johnny?
Well, I bet my shirt she talked him into taking her to Pachuca.
I don't think Cully would do anything that foolish.
She's a very persuasive young lady.
Remember, you've a lot of old hatreds boiling up there. Half the town is dying to get their hands on you.
Well, that's a chance I'll have to take.
Johnny, Cully can take care of her.
Laura, the men who killed Clem and his passenger might be holed up in Pachuca. Now, they're not going to let the only witness get out of town alive.
All right, I'll come with you.
Now, you stay here and take care of things, Case.
Johnny. There's no sense in asking for it.
Johnny will probably be hopping mad I took you here. It's no place for a lady.
Why? You're a deputy, aren't you? By the way, how do you like being a lawman?
That's fine. Funny thing, though, I used to get a big laugh out of all the Johnny tin plates, and then I ended up being one.
But why'd you do that?
A badge in Pachuca is just an invitation to trouble. About 5 years ago, they struck silver right near here. The miners and gamblers and outlaws sort of moved in and pushed everyone else out. Ever since then, this town's been wide open. They don't exactly welcome lawmen.
So that's why Ringo wouldn't come, huh?
Hey! You asked Johnny to bring you here?
Yes. But he said it was too dangerous. I thought he was worried about me. Now I know he just didn't want to come here himself.
He wouldn't be afraid. If he was worried about you, he had a reason. Let's go.
Oh, Cully, just one more place. We've been here all evening, and I haven't seen one bit of excitement yet.
Now, look, Miss St. John.
Please, Cully. Just 10 more minutes, and then I promise we'll go.
All right. Look at those roads. Wheels are probably gaffed. Most of the gambling places in Pachuca are just skin stores set up to take the miners.
Skin stores? Gaffed? You know, Cully, sometimes I get the feeling we just think we're speaking the same language.
Ain't you the pretty one? Miss Fancy, I'd like to buy you a drink.
Well, is that enough excitement for you?
Ringo's deputies here. He's got a girl with him.
So? He's old enough.
She don't look like a local. Maybe she's one from the stagecoach.
Where are they?
Here's the door.
That's her, all right.
Well, what do you know? Johnny Ringo.
Hello, Connors.
I see you got yourself into Pachuca. How you figure on getting out?
The same way I came in?
I don't think so. Some of the boys might hate to see you leave. Might have some ideas on getting you to stay permanent.
Hey, fellas!
Getting late, Miss St. John.
That man,
What man?
the poker table. He's one of them in the hell of the stage.
Just keep your hands on the table, Sonny.
What do you want?
Just get up and walk out quietly with me, you and the lady.
Better take it easy. I've got a lot of friends here.
Who are you kidding? If I told this crowd you were Ringo's deputy, they might do my work for me. Get up.
Mister, I got a bone to pick with you. Out of my way, stop! Horses are this way.
Let's get out of here fast.
You know, I'm glad you got to see Nueva Pachuca, because that's the way Velarde used to be, before there was any law.
You haven't had a chance to see the real people of the territory. The ones building this country.
Your parents,
I know. Pioneer spirits who died in a noble cause. But their deaths have never seemed anything more than empty and meaningless to me.
but don't you see, that's because you made it that way.
I'm...
They tried to build something here. They got a toehold, and then the only person who could carry on for them ran away.
My mother died out there, too. But if we had left then, it would have been an insult to her memory. It would have been saying that she died because of a stupid mistake in thinking this part of the country could ever be made livable.
And it has to be made livable.
You really believe that, don't you? Why don't you stay a while and find out for yourself? A hate can't change easily, not one as deep as mine.
You could try. Maybe we could help.
Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known. Everywhere he traveled, trouble was all that he found. Face to face with a man set to prove that he could shoot Ringo down. Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known.
Sure appreciate your help. I'm going to see if I can't get the company to refund your fare.
Forget it. I guess I better go warn Miss St. John. We're going to be leaving pretty soon, ain't we?
Yep.
Kelly, be careful with that filing. I couldn't find the poster on that Reno holdup man this morning.
Right here under C.
Why under C?
He was caught.
What about the file on those released prisoners?
Under L.
L.
Let out.
Johnny, the stagecoach has just come in without Clem or his passengers.
Come on. Kelly, get your horse.
It looks bad, Johnny. Clem ain't want to let a team get away.
He sure isn't.